Hey guys! So I know I look the same, but I'm doing a faves and favorites video. So if you're interested in seeing what I have to say about some products I've tried lately, then keep on watching. And if you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Viv, and thank you for clicking on my video. And to my returning subscribers, hey boo, what's up? Thanks for coming back. I hope you guys stay, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. So let's go ahead and get into this, because I know that's what you're here for, and yeah. So I don't really have everything in a specific order. I do have like my favorites right here and some of my dislikes over here, but I'm just gonna pick some stuff up. So one thing I want to talk about is the Maybelline Glass Spray. So I've been using this for probably about 2 weeks, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I think it was well worth the money for me. I mean, it wasn't super expensive. I think it was maybe $9 or $10, which to me is still kind of expensive, but I wanted to give it a try. And I really think it gives you that dewy glass skin look. It's what I have on my face right now. You can see how dewy it is. And it almost does have like a oily feel to it. So, I mean, I think people who have dry skin or normal skin, I think you guys would really, really love this. But for my oily skin girls, I think you might want to steer clear of this. I don't think it's going to be your fave. But what I do is I do powder certain areas of my face, because I do think sometimes it's a little too glowy for my liking, especially when I would pair it with my really dewy foundations. It's almost like on a bridge of it could be too dewy for some people, but then it could also be the perfect amount of dew for others. Like for me, this is what I've been looking for in a drugstore dewy foundation, and it's giving me all of the things I'm looking for in my quest for a drugstore dewy setting spray. Because since we're on the conversation of setting sprays and dewy mists, these all three are a huge fail for me. I don't like any of them, straight up. Like the NYX Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh, it does feel nice. The spritzer is really nice and fine on this, I have to give them that. But I don't feel like my skin felt more hydrated, and it didn't look dewy. And the third ingredient is denatured alcohol. So it's a little high on the list, buddy. But it did not make my skin look dewy at all. I didn't see any change in it. And I think this was like $10 or $13 as well. And it's really not worth the money, in my opinion. The e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist, same thing. The spritzer actually isn't as nice. It's a little bit more harsh, a little bit more spitty, if that makes sense. And I don't enjoy this spray at all. I mean, it has a coconut scent, which is nice, because I love coconut, but it doesn't do anything. Again, no effect. And last is the e.l.f. Plus Glowy Dewy Mist, which supposedly has coconut and argan oil in it. I just don't see any change when I wear this. Like, I just don't see a dewy finish that I'm looking for. It may be nice for maybe normal skin. I don't know. I'm just not impressed with this at all. Ooh, let's talk about this though. I'm really into this. So this is the Sephora Refresh Mini Daily Brush Cleaner, and it has like essential oils, so it smells citrusy. But I have been using this on my brushes to clean them every day, or before I get ready to God, I can't talk today. Before I do eye makeup look, especially since I love my Colourpop brushes and I use them every time I do my makeup. So for me, I clean them off sometimes after I do a look, so they're ready the next time I use them. But I've been enjoying this a lot. The way you do use this though is you don't want to spray it on the brush, because it does kind of have like this oil feeling to it, and if you spray it on the brush, sometimes that residue stays. So you are supposed to spray this onto like a cloth or something, or a paper towel, and clean it that way by swirling it. Well, swirl it for synthetic brushes, and then for natural hair brushes you just want to go back and forth. So this has been really great. This is the mini. There's a bigger one, but this one's the mini, and I think I got it for $10 or whatever, and I've actually been enjoying it a lot, and it's lasted me. Ooh, why do I keep dropping things? The e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, I knew that when I was gonna buy it, I wasn't gonna like it. But I had so many people that I watch on YouTube that were like, it's great, it's amazing, I love it so much more than the original one, which I was like, anything could have been better than the original one, in my humble opinion. But I mean, yeah, fair beige, the colors are definitely different. Like, the one I have from the original is really, really fair, and this one, for being like one of the most fair ones, is not that fair. But I just don't like the consistency. I mean, if you like the consistency of the first one, I think you would enjoy this. But for me, I have fine lines under my eyes, I always have, and I feel like this really accentuates it, and it accentuates my eyelids in a weird way. That'll make them look patchy, or it'll look more wrinkly. I can't set the creases out. It's just thick and kind of sticky almost, to where it's a hot mess on my face. And you know, if you have really nice under eyes and stuff that you were blessed with, that I was not blessed with, where like literally you could cake on as much concealer as you want, you don't have any lines under your eyes, it's just perfect, yeah, this probably would work for you. But for me, and like a good other bit of people, no, it won't work for you. Something I've been enjoying is the Alamar brush trio. Wow. I feel like I need to start doing those like red leather, yellow leather like things before I start a video, because I just feel like I stutter so much. So this is the little brush, Vivian. So this is the brush trio that I got in a BoxyCharm a bit ago, and I'm enjoying it. This is supposed to be a bronzer brush. It's got these little like bubbles in it. This is a complexion brush. I think you're supposed to use this for like contour, blush or something. I would use it for blush, not necessarily contour. I think it's too fluffy for that, but I do like the density it is. It's still flexible, but it's not super bendy. This one's a very dense brush, as you can see. Like it's pretty dense. But I don't necessarily use this for bronzing on me, because I feel like I'm just heavy-handed or something, and it'll kind of leave like circles, like very definitive marks of where my bronzer is. So I'll actually use this for bronzer sometimes. But I think my favorite brush out of the three is this Brightening Blu Brush. Oh my gosh. I know she came out with a like contour bronzing and like highlighting little palette, and I want to try it so bad. I love Alamar Cosmetics so much, and I want to try it so bad, but I want to do it when I get a little bit tanner. I enjoy this brush a lot. I use it to kind of set my under eye, or I use it to apply highlighter. I actually like using it for highlighter, but definitely under the eyes too is nice to kind of pat it in, because it's dense, it's nice, it's not super flexible. But it's really beautiful. These brushes are beautiful. I enjoy them very much. I really want to talk about these. So these are the Maybelline lifter glosses, and I am so upset because everywhere I look, I've looked on Ulta, I've looked in the store, online, I've looked, you know, at my Walgreens and stuff, and I swear all of these are sold out. So I don't know if they have a small quantity, or people just like found them and are like lost their shit and bought them all. I don't know, but these are literally the only two I could find, and they're the only two that I got. So I love these though, I really do. They're great, they're great. Like I said, Topaz, I swear to you, is a dupe. I swear it's a dupe for Fenty Glow, and that's what it's called, right? I love the Fenty Glow, I really do. Love it very much. Smells amazing, love it. But you know, this is a more affordable option if you're wanting to, you know, get something that's drugstore. But I swear to you, it's the exact same color. And one thing I actually really like about this is I really like the consistency. It's not super thick. I feel like it's thinner than the Fenty Beauty versions. I do like the Fenty Beauty, but I feel like they get a little gummy. They're a little thick for me. And I always carry like a lip gloss with me when I'm at work, even though now I'm in a mask, so it doesn't matter. But at least at the beginning of my shift, I look cute. Like I had, you know, some little gloss on. I'd have my little Fenty Beauty gloss on, looking cute. And I would keep it in my, you know, pocket for work. But the one thing is I always was scared of losing it because I've already lost a pen light and I've lost my pen in that same pocket, so it makes me nervous. So I feel more comfortable carrying this around. But still don't want to lose it, but they're great. They are a bit clunky, I will say that. They some thick lip glosses. They're big. They gonna take up some space, but they're very cute. And like I said, they kind of have like that Kim K vibe going on. But they're really cute. Really love the consistency of these, and I love the color payoff. Like I'm wearing this one today, Amber. This probably came off a little bit from me talking. Like this one right here is Amber, and just look at the pigment. Like, it feels good. The scent though, I don't understand about Maybelline is like what their scents are. Like, do they even put a scent? To me, these glosses smell like sunscreen. So if you don't like that, I don't like these. It's really subtle, but I don't mind it. I think they smell fine. It smells a heck of a lot better than the ones I bought a while ago. These two, I'll show you. Like, Maybelline has some duds, man. Like, these two right here, I have no idea who this person is. Like, Sam McKean or something. I don't know. But I bought these two lip glosses because I really like the color and everything. But I put them on. Hated the texture. It was so gluey and thick and, like, gummy. Like, they just... Your lips didn't slide. You know, whereas when you wear the Fenty or you wear these, you got that glide that's going on. You didn't have that with these. And they smell horrible. I don't like the smell of them. I mean, it's not horrendous, but it just smells like they didn't even put a scent in there. Oh god, I don't like the scent of it. I don't. It'd give me a headache if I put it on. And that's the one thing I don't know if Maybelline just chooses not to put scents in their lip glosses, but I feel like they should. At least like a vanilla or like a cake, you know what I mean? But these are great, and I want to get more actually. That's not something I normally say, but I really like those lip glosses that I want to get more of that like formula. Like I want to get more colors in that, so that's pretty cool. So I just got to figure out where the heck to buy them. Something I'm not a huge fan of is the NYX Bear With Me foundation. I don't know what it is, but it felt very silicone-y, like very dimethicone. And I know it says non-comedogenic, which is good, but I don't know what it was. I went to blend it in and it just felt really thick in a way, like almost like I feel like what people would call greasy. But to me, it was more of like, it was really silicone-y. It didn't give like a huge dew to me, which I thought it was going to do. And then it was like, even for a natural finish, I felt like it was still a little matte. It feels a little heavy, and I'm just not a huge fan of that. Something I'm thoroughly enjoying though is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I know this has been out for a while, and I know that they just came out with a new foundation version of it. But I honestly really enjoy this. I have it on today. It's just, it evens my skin, and it doesn't cover me up too much, but it does have some coverage to it, which I enjoy. And I like the look it gives me. I mean, it's not a super dewy foundation. I want to say it's more like skin-like, maybe on the side of like matte, like satin-ish, but not very satin. I don't know how to explain it. But I do like this. I'm enjoying this, and I can't wait to try it some more, but I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. It doesn't have a very long lasting power in my opinion. Especially like with the mask use, I mean nothing lasts when I'm at work because I'm always in a mask, but I feel like if I were to especially wear this at work, it would come off pretty quickly. I don't think it has very much of a lasting power to it, but it is a beautiful foundation, and I enjoy it for the times I do wear makeup, because I will wear makeup for maybe less than 8 hours when I do wear it. Because at work I just don't wear makeup because it's 10 hours in a truck and I'm sweating in a mask, so what's the point, you know? Especially for foundation. Sometimes I'll get cute and do my eyes, but like, you know. The Colourpop Light Sticks. This is the shade Bullseye, and it's pretty, but it's glittery. Like, I'll blend it on my skin and I'll see the little white flecks of glitter that are in it. And I wish it was just more so like a metallic finish rather than kind of like having those glitter pieces in it. Especially when I'm going for like a creamy look, I'm just not into my cream highlighter having glitter in it. Iconic London Illuminator and Original. These are beautiful. It's incredibly powerful. Like, this is going to last me a very long time. And you literally just need the smallest amount of this product. Cream highlighter, I feel like, is something that is a little bit intimidating, and whenever I started getting into the realm of cream products, I was always very hesitant about cream highlighter because I just felt like it looked way too harsh. And then when I would watch people like do videos of how to use it, it was like Instagram videos or something, so everybody applies it like a giant streak, really, really harsh, and then, you know, they wear foundation on top of it and like basically cover it up, and or it barely shines through at that point. But I wanted something that wasn't too pigmented, and with this one it is pigmented, but what I figured with it is I put a little drop on the back of my hand and I'll gently rub just a tiny bit of it onto my finger and kind of almost use the majority of the product on the back of my hand, then whatever's left on my finger I'll use to disperse onto my face. I don't have it on today, but I have used it in the past, and this does really well with a little bit going a long way and just slowly building it up. But it's a really, really great highlighter that I have that's a liquid. It's probably the most favorite I have, and I don't have that many, but this one is definitely my favorite. Something I'm not a huge fan of is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I don't feel like it does anything. It doesn't hold my brows. I feel like it doesn't add any color really to my brows, and it said it was supposed to have like fibers in it, which that's what was alluring to me. Like, that's what I was drawn to, because, you know, if you guys have watched me for a while, I absolutely love this Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer, and they don't make it anymore. I don't understand why. I thought it was a really great product and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I still like to enjoy it, but I use it a lot less since I don't have, you know, an extra. But I really enjoy that one, and I was like, ooh, fiber, sign me up. This has like no fiber in it. I don't know where the fibers are, but they're not on my spoolie, and they're definitely not on my brow. It literally does nothing for me. Kind of a waste of money in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is. Although I am loving the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara. Now this is serious. Like, if you don't mind like your eyebrows like stiff, some people don't like that crunchy hairspray feeling. I personally like it because I know my brows are in place. But that's just me. I enjoy this a lot. It's very pigmented. You get a lot of product though onto the brush, so you could almost really like take off half the product. So my tip is, when I do use this, is I try to start kind of right here and work my brow, where like if I were to have it be the darkest, I'd rather it be out there than up here, because especially when there's a lot of product on it, it can get really messy really quick. But I feel like that's what happens with all of these brow mascara, pomades, whatever you want to call them. But I do enjoy this one. Out of the two, I like this one a lot more. Something I like are these little e.l.f. sponges. I got the e.l.f. Trio, and these sponges get really big. This is like the biggest one out of the three, and it gets really huge, almost to the point where like it's unnecessarily big for me. And then I have the other one somewhere, the medium purple one, and that one's a good size when it's wet. But my favorite sponge, which I didn't expect it to be, is the little baby sponge. I like using it for my eyes and my under eyes. I'll use it dry, I'll use it wet, either way it does great, and I really like it. I really like it just because of that little sponge. Something I'm thoroughly enjoying though is the Colourpop blush sticks. I love these very much. They are very buildable. They're very forgiving. I feel like this is a nice product to start with when you're trying to get into cream products. And if you aren't someone who's really into blush, you might like this a lot too because it's very buildable. So it's not an overwhelming amount of pigment. But with that comes no longevity. Things that are more pigmented I feel like usually have a better staying power. This I feel like doesn't really, so I kind of set it down with some powder. But I do love the way this looks, especially if you're just trying to take pictures or you're going to wear makeup for a short period of time. But I really like to blush it up a lot with this product. But I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. I love it so much. It's like my favorite cream blush that I own. And affordable. That's what I like. It's affordable too. I do thoroughly enjoy this palette right here. The Mulan Palette by Disney. Some people were just not a big fan of it, and I don't know why. I think it's beautiful. I think it's an absolutely beautiful color story. I honestly did not expect the Mulan palette to look like this, but at the same time I feel like I do expect it to look like this. To me, I feel like this is a very unique palette that Colourpop has made. I feel like they usually stick to a lot of warm transition shades. They kind of stick to warmer tones in palettes, and I can understand that because it makes it more approachable to people because, you know, people are more comfortable with warmer tones than they are with neutral or cooler tones, and that's how I was when I started doing makeup. I didn't feel comfortable with cool tones, but now I freaking love cool tones. I think they're gorgeous, and it's just something that like is actually really easy to use. But you know, I think we're also used to the warm tones that when it comes to cool tones or neutrals, you're like, what do I do? You know, but this is beautiful. I mean, these shades for sure have fallout. With this palette, if you are going to use those shades, I would do your eyes first. Just saying. But something I really enjoy with this is this shade right here, and I love the shade Brave. It's like that sequin eye shadow, and I know some people are not a huge fan of it, and I really like it, but it could be made really wrong. You know what I mean? Whenever it came to the Bare Necessities palette, I believe they made some sequin shades in there, and I tried them out and they didn't do the job. They weren't good. They were like patchy, kind of matte, and then the sequin would not stick. But I'm telling you, something about this Brave, I don't know what they did, but I'm going to try out this one soon. I just can't, I'm just trying not to go to work with a smoky eye, you know. But I really want to try the Defiant, and I want to try Legacy a lot too, because they are those sequins, and I've tried Brave, and it's stunning. And the sequin really did stick to my eyelid really well. A tip for how I put it on is I will put it on my actual lid, like I'll put the color down. If the sequins go away, which they will, that's fine, and then once I get it to the wash of the sequin that I want, then I take my finger, go back in, and pat it on so the sequin is doing the effect, and it's really pretty. If that made sense, I hope so. I don't know. The other palette I ordered at the same time was the Making Mauves palette, and it's pretty. But there's not much you can do with it. All the shades are too light, honestly. I feel like they're too light, and they're just, it's almost like, I feel like especially this shade right here is almost too warm for the rest of these transitions. Like these are a little bit more cool toned, and then these are like kind of a neutral shade. This one's the warmest, but it's still a neutral. And then this one's like a really warm pink, and it's beautiful, but it doesn't go with the palette in my opinion, because like I've done a look and I've looked at it and I'm like, this, I feel like I needed some warmth added like to my crease to kind of complement this shade better. But I think the shades are beautiful. Like these shades are killer. They're great. They're beautiful. I love these, hands down. They're great. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't that expensive, but it's not my favorite. Alright guys, so that is just my little quick little rundown. Okay guys, so that's all I have to share with you today on products. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've tried any of these products out, let me know. Let me know what you think about them, or what are some of your favorites this month, or since the last time you bought makeup. And I love hearing about it because I like to try some stuff out, especially if it's drugstore or affordable. Like, girl, you better leave those comments down below, because actually no, don't, because my wallet's gonna my wallet will cry. Don't do it to me, or maybe do it to me. I don't know. You decide. It's called Vivian getting some self-control. Anyway, thank you so much for staying and watching and seeing what I kind of feel about these products. I really enjoyed making this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye!